Hello everybody, my name is Kendrick viera-ramos and today we will be discussing a video. This video is kind of serious. Liberals and conservatives being two sides of the same coin. How simple, it's like a simple game of heads and tails. Penny. There you go. So as I was saying, the heads represents the conservative. And the tails represents the liberals. So yes, that would be the first part of the video. So let's see. A brief explanation that we will be exploring how both sides have contradictions and dangerous extremes. The core idea, two sides of the same coin. Explain the metaphor, each side claims moral high ground, but both end up having blind spots. Give examples of hypocrisy on each side. A liberal's contradictions is, each often champion inclusion, but may dismiss or censor groups with anti-LGBTQ plus views without dialogue. Meaning they don't support, let's move that. Some factions are more about signaling virtue than supporting true freedom of speech. A conservative's contradiction often champion freedom of speech or religion, but may support laws or movements that restrict LGBTQ plus rights. Many conservative groups distance themselves from corporations or organizations that show LGBTQ plus support. So in an ironic way, the left, don't support organizations that, of course, that support anti-LGBTQ plus organizations, or left. Which is shown in this illustration video.
This was before we knew they donated to anti-organizations. So we don't go there anymore.
But suddenly, I have a craving for Chick-fil-A. But anyways, I'm getting a little off topic. But in an ironic way, the right do not support organizations that support LGBTQ plus beliefs. Well, because a couple of years ago, they did a slogan called "Go Woke, Go Broke," which several companies have been hit with that. Target, before, the whole thing, before we went a little lenient on that. And besides, I go to Target for Transformers figures. Other companies that were hit with the Go Woke, Go Broke thing was Anheuser-Busch, the ones behind Bud Light, which starred a transgender woman named Dylan Mulvaney, ended up pissing off dozens of conservatives and beer drinkers. And I think that was like a couple of years ago. Don't forget Ben & Jerry's, Disney perhaps, but a lot of their movies are bad because of bad writing. That's why Phase 4 and Phase 5 of MCU is really bad. Bad writing, and later Star Wars. So, I may be getting out of topic, but those were the examples. Like that liberals don't support organizations that are anti-LGBTQ+, like Chick-fil-A, although I kind of want to eat there. It's been a while since... And don't forget that conservatives don't support organizations that support LGBTQ+ things. But I think we've gotten a little bit lenient on that since this year, 2025, companies stopped advertising Pride Month on nearly everywhere. Sure, a lot of you may be pissed off, but come on, both sides have these types of things in common. And don't forget that both sides have extremist groups. Although these extremist groups don't represent the majority, they do kind of are. Well, not kind of, they don't. But they are on that side. On the left, the far left, there's Antifa, or the radical activist groups, that sometimes cross into violence or suppression. Oh no! Come on! We need to unite! We need unity! We need to fight for unity! That's what the United States is for! One moment. I think I kind of phased out. Okay. On the right, there is the Neos. Well, like neo-Nazi groups, white nationalist or militia groups that weaponize ideology. Keep in mind, they don't represent all the conservatives, but like a small fraction of the right. Keep in mind, conservative people, they are nice individuals, and also liberals, some are nice. So you won't sue me. Both sides have dangerous factions that don't represent the majority, but fuel division, which we should not fuel division, we should fuel unity. Not equality, unity. Our future will be forged in unity. Okay. The big picture. Politics isn't just left or right. It's a spectrum with lots of overlaps and contradictions. Extremism on both ends hurts ordinary people. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Close thought. If both sides are flawed, how do we find a path that puts people above politics? So yes. And don't forget that a lot of things. But keep in mind, I am actually a neutral. That I'm not liberal, but I'm also not a conservative. This is just a video discussing both sides' flaws, their flawed beliefs and opinions. But, of course, we should consider united, not divided. There's a saying called, divided we fall, united we stand. So this has been Kendrick viera-ramos. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.